Hey guys, so today's video is going to be an updated eyeliner tutorial. And first I will address my lips. Sorry if they look a bit crazy. I tried overdrawing them and I think I look more like a clown than someone with naturally full lips. But anyway, we'll move on from that. Now, this is an updated version of a video I did about a year ago. I talked about how to do winged eyeliner for someone who has small, deep set or hooded eyes. At the time I thought I had all three, and then I watched one of Wayne Goss's more updated videos where he talked about eye shapes, because he's talked about it a couple of times. Of course I stumbled across his updated video after I filmed that one, but yeah, he sort of explains how you can't have hooded and deep set eyes because it just doesn't work that way. So I've figured out that I actually have deep set eyes. I don't have hooded eyes, but they are small and deep set. And what deep set means is that they're like quite sunken in. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that, well, if you have deep set eyes like me, it's best to stay away from ultra dark colors. So it's best to stay away from dark colors because they can make your eyes appear even more sunken in and they just end up looking like black holes. So I like personally, I've tried doing like an ultra like grungy black smoky eye and it just looks scary. I mean, like my eyes just look like these two big black holes in my head basically. So if that's what your eyes look like when you try to do a black smoky eye, then you have deep set eyes. Having said that though, champagne-y colours and shimmery colours look really nice because they bring the eyes forward, and those are my favourite type of eyeshadows to wear. I love wearing shimmery champagne eyeshadows and things like that. Anyway, back to the point. So while my eyes are small and deep set, if you have hooded eyes and you're watching this, this is a really good tutorial for you to watch as well, because it applies to hooded eyes as well, the techniques I use. Because what deep set and hooded eyes have in common is that we don't have a lot of lid space. So lid space is in when my eyes are looking directly at you. So with mine, when my eyes are looking straight forward, you can see the entire crease from here to here. When you have hooded eyes, some or maybe all of that crease is obscured when your eyes are open. So yeah, that's what they have in common. There's very, very little lid space when the eyes are open. So what I like to do, because I have such little lid space when my eyes are open, is that I like to tightline my eyes first. Now tightlining, for those of you who don't know, it's when you apply either a black eye pencil or a black eyeshadow to your upper waterline, which is like that bit there, sort of like under your lash lines. I'll zoom in a minute and I'll show you what I mean. I think that's a really good technique because you aren't actually applying product to the upper lash line, which obscures a lot of the lid space. Now, so I think this is a really clever trick because not only does it help to make your lash line look thicker, but from a distance, or even a close distance, like from me to the camera, it appears as though you have applied colour to the upper lash line, but when in reality you haven't. It's just a little bit of a trick of the eye, which is a really, really clever trick. It means that we can all achieve that cat eye look without obscuring you know, too much lid space, which is really, really good, because taking up too much lid space means that, like with your eyeliner, means that when you're looking directly forward and if the eyeliner is all you can see on your upper lash line, it's just going to look like you're wearing black eyeshadow. You know, any other detail you do on your eyelid is just going to be made null and void basically. Like you're not gonna be able to see it. And the way I see it, what's the point in applying an eyeshadow or multitude of eyeshadows and eyeliner if you can't see everything, if you can't see if you can't see the entirety of your work when your eyes are open? Like that's always been my theory when doing eye makeup. You know, what's the point in going to so much trouble to do so much eye stuff when you can only see part of it when your eyes are open? Anyway, so I think I've got everything out of the way. Hopefully I haven't forgotten anything. I'm just going to zoom in. Okay, so first I'm just going to be tightlining. Now I like tightlining with a black eyeshadow. Now just be warned, you probably will get some fallout. Well, then again, it depends on what black eyeshadow you use. I'm actually going to be taking my Naked 2 palette by Urban Decay. I'm going to be using this colour here, which is Blackout, and I'm using it because it is going to be the best matte black eyeshadow I've ever used, and I've used quite a few. So that's why I'm going to use this. This does give me fallout though, so I really should use a tissue or something to hold under my eye to catch the fallout, but I'm not going to. So if I do get fallout, please excuse it. So I like to take an angled brush. This is a MAC 263. Any angled brush is fine. I just found that this one's easier. And I just take a bit of that colour and I tap off the excess. Sometimes I blow off the excess. It's probably not very hygienic to blow it off, but anyway, I'm the only one who uses this eyeshadow palette and this brush, so I'm fine with it. So I'll just wait for my camera to focus. So what you do is I like using an angled brush because I feel like you can just sort of like blink into it, because some people, they actually lift up their eyelid and apply it like that, but I find that really uncomfortable. And I think I just poked myself in the eye there too. I feel like this is much more comfortable, and yeah, and I feel like the brush really gets in there. The brush is nice and soft too, which is nice, because when you use a pencil, pencils can be quite rough and hard, whereas this is a nice soft brush, so it feels quite gentle. And there we go. You can hopefully you can see the difference there. Like, this is the tight line, this is the non-tight lined one. So yeah, I've tight lined this side, and as you can see, my eyelashes already look fuller, and may not look this way now, but when I apply the rest of my liquid liner and do the wing, it's gonna look like I've actually applied that black eyeshadow to my upper waterline. Sorry, it's gonna look like I've applied that black eyeshadow to my upper lash line and not the waterline, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to do the eyeliner now. So I'm just using my DB Cosmetics fine eyeliner in black. I use this all the time. It's got to be the best. It's got to be one of the best liquid eyeliners I've ever tried, and it's drugstore prices, so you can't beat that. So I like to start with the wing. Everyone does their liquid eyeliner differently. This is just how I do it. I like to start with the wing. Oh, another thing I'd like to add, I can't remember if I said this in my last video. If you watch a lot of beauty videos like I do, you'll know that a lot of beauty gurus and makeup artists say when you're drawing the wing to pretend that your bottom lash line continues on. That's a fine technique. However, my eyes, I feel like they're ever so slightly different. So if I use that technique, my wings aren't going to look the same. And just in general, I feel like it doesn't suit me anyway. I feel like the angle is too sharp, or it just doesn't look good. So instead, what I do, I pretend that I'm drawing a line connecting my outer corner to the tail of my eyebrow, or maybe just past the tail of my eyebrow. So that's what I'm pretending to do. Like, if I was to connect this with this, where would that line, like what angle would that line be on? Like, that's how I do it. So I'm not leaning on anything, so hopefully this turns out alright. It really helps if you're leaning your elbow on a surface when you're doing winged eyeliner. I'm just using the viewfinder as a mirror too, so hopefully this turns out okay. I'll probably do the other eye off camera, because I'm going to be going like this, trying to do it, and it's going to be really hard to use the viewfinder as a mirror. So I just basically do little strokes, and I don't really do, like, I do it different every day. Like, sometimes I just do the line and then I like draw across straight away. But today it looks like I'm trying to make this, I'm trying to work on this part first, as opposed to drawing back on the tip of the wing, if that makes sense. So because we've applied that tight line colour, that means we don't have to go as far in with the liquid eyeliner, which is really good. I often just draw the wing at the very corner. I probably go 1/3 of the way in tops with my liquid eyeliner. Like, that's as far as I'll go in, where I just applied it then. And then I just gradually thicken the outer part, the wing, until it's at a thickness I like. That's probably mostly how I do it. If I'm applying a gel liner with a brush, I do my eyeliner differently. I may do a video doing that, or I could even, but yeah, I do. Okay, so it's not the most perfect eyeliner in the world, but it looks better in person than it does on camera. I guess you're just gonna have to take my word for it. And yeah, and that's all that there is to it, really. Like, this is as far as I went in, like probably to where, if I'm looking forward, where my iris starts. So I don't go very far in at all. Now, some people like to do the eyeliner first and then tightline. I like to tightline first, just so I can see exactly where I need to apply the liquid eyeliner. But when I was looking at my mirror before, I noticed that there are a few gaps, so I think I may have to go in and tightline again, but that's fine. Like, the hardest part was the liquid eyeliner, and that's done. So I'm just going to go ahead, tidy up that tightline. I'm going to do the other eye, and I'm going to come back. Okay, so hopefully they look kind of even. Well, they actually don't, but that's a struggle with eyeliner. Like, it's like every time I'm filming, my hands just don't work properly, and I can never get two wings that look identical. Anyway, finishing any eyeliner look is obviously mascara. So I'm going to use two mascaras. I'm going to be using my DB Cosmetics Beyond Amplifying Mascara first. This mascara has the best wand for separating lashes. I might as well just go in and apply it, but I don't know if my camera will focus on the wand. Oh yeah, there we go. It's just like a silicone rubber wand with teeny tiny little bristles. And this type of mascara really separates. The only downside about this mascara is that it doesn't really add volume or lengthen. So that's why I go in with a second mascara next, which I'll show you in a minute. I'm rubbish at applying mascara. I'm always so scared I'm going to get a print on my eyelid. Then I like to go in with the Maybelline Falsies mascara. Because, as a lot of people know, this is one of the best drugstore mascaras of all time, because it just adds so much volume and so much length. However, if I apply this on its own, it really clumps up my lashes. So that's why I use the first one, because it separates the lashes and then they don't clump as much when I use Falsies on top. And also with the tight lining thing, if you curl your lashes, or if your lashes curl naturally like mine, you'll know that after applying mascara you can see the upper waterline, because that's just what happens when you apply mascara. Like, it lifts up your lashes, and so you can actually like see underneath where your upper waterline is. So that's why it's good to apply the black there, just so it helps make the lash line look thicker, and it just helps liquid eyeliner, or eyeliner in general that's applied to the upper lid, just look more complete, I guess, in my opinion. It just like pulls everything together, I guess is what I mean to say. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that. So from here you can do what you like. You can go back in with your eyeshadow and create a cut crease. Now that you've done the wing, you can work out where you want your cut crease to be. You can add like a black pencil on your waterline or on your bottom lash line to create a really like feline look, or if you really want to, you can go back in with your liquid liner and even draw a little bit in the inner portion as well if you want that really cat eye look. But I think I'm going to leave it at that, because I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover. You can see how it looks from a distance. I'm just trying to think if there's anything I need to add. Yeah, I think I've covered everything. Like, this is the ideal technique to use if you have hooded or deep set eyes, or small eyes where you don't have much lid space when your eyes are open like me. And so, as you can see, you can still see my eyelid. Like, I haven't completely obscured it with the black eyeliner. You can still see the colour I've applied, not that I applied a bold colour or anything. So that's why I like doing this, and I love that there are techniques out there for people like us who don't have beautiful big Bambi eyes that like protrude and are really big and prominent. It's so good that there are so many tricks out there for everyone else. If you like, I truly believe if you want to pull something off, you can. You just need to find your own way to do it. And this is how to do eyeliner if you don't have big pronounced eyes with lots of lid space. Yeah, so I don't really know what else to add. If I can think of anything else, I'll add little subtitles in the editing portion or annotations, or maybe even some info in the description box below. So yeah, feel free to check that out just in case I've missed anything. So yeah, anyway, hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be talking to you all again really soon. Bye guys.